Namaste everyone, how are you all doing today? Hope you're all having a very good week. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about exposing the narcissist. My last video, I'm glad I was able to put a bit more structure on the whole channel thing. Do you understand? Because before it was a bit all over the place, but I think now I've been able to pull it together into one. At least it makes a bit more sense. If it does to me, then obviously I'll be able to channel that out to people. Anyway. So today, my topic for today is exposing the narcissist. And I didn't really write down a lot of things. So I just wanted to speak from the heart today. So it's not really a topic where I have jotted things down. No. So it might be a bit all over the place. Please bear with me. I just really wanted to speak from my heart. So a narcissist is somebody that people within the community would usually call an angel. Mainly because these are people that they do a lot of charity work openly. They give to the poor openly. They are very nice and charming openly. Reason why I keep emphasizing on openly is because it's all fake. So basically everything they're doing is to register a particular character in people's minds, if that makes any sense. If at all they come back to do anything to you and you go out there to say to people, this person did this to me, nobody will believe you. Nobody. Because people view them as angels, kind, giving, amazing, community people, but they do it openly. They always do it openly because they have to register a particular character type in people's minds. Like, oh, they're the best set of people, they're philanthropists, oh, they do charity work, oh, they're amazing, oh, we give to do this, we do this. It's all lies. They don't do anything. It's all lies. They can't even stand the people they're doing it for. Do you understand? They would rather take from them, literally, than actually give to them. But it has to be so. So if at all they do anything, nobody but the victim will know about it. Nobody. Anyway. So that's what you call a narcissist. You will never know. You will never know. Now, there are different types of narcissists. There's a normal narcissist that everybody knows about. They usually call the overt narcissists. These ones, they're the loud and boisterous ones. They want to be noticed. They want to be worshipped. They want to this. They want that. There's another kind of narcissist that people don't really talk about, and that's the Jezebel spirit kind of narcissist. They are called the covert. That's like covered. Do you understand? They're called like the covert narcissist. Now, this one's, it's like having your own personal pet snake. Yeah, because you can feed it, you can clothe it, you can pamper it, you can beautify it. It's still gonna kill you. That's what it's going to do. That is what it's meant to do. Now, I can't talk about both in one sitting, obviously. It's a bit too much horror movie. It's like a horror movie. Do you understand? It's a bit too much horror for one video. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to talk about one type of narcissist today, which is the normal one everybody knows. Then maybe in another topic, I'll be talking about the covert one. That's like the Jezebel spirit kind of narcissist. That is pretty dark and demonic. So I'm going to have to sit back down and take it all in before I'm able to actually do a video on that. So let's leave that aside. So let's face this one. When you meet these people, one thing will be going through your mind. You're the luckiest person alive. I'm not kidding. Because they will be the most amazing, the most, I don't know how to describe it. They'll be angels to you, literally, when you meet them. It always works like that. Now, they would want to get to know everybody around you. They would want to get to know your family, your job, your friends, and you're thinking, this person must really see something in me. They always want to be around me. They always want to know what that is. All those people they are meeting are the people they're going to round up against you eventually. That's why they're meeting them. Trust me. So, but you're thinking you're the luckiest person alive. This person is so into me. Oh my God, this person wants to know this, wants to know about my life, wants to know about my friends, wants to know about. They want to know everything because they need to know everything. They need to go to your job because they're going to call your job and post put false reports on you so you can lose your job. They want to know your friends. They're going to round all of them up against you eventually. They want to know your family. They're going to lie to them. No. I remember in my last video, I was saying how this, I don't think, I believe, I know it's not clinical, it's spiritual. I was saying that in my last video. Now, let me point something out. So whether you live in Africa, you live in Europe, you live in Asia, you live in Kazakhstan, if you ever come across a narcissist, they all behave, it's the same pattern. It's the same, the way they love bomb you when they meet you. Then they start to isolate you. Then they start to tell lies on you. It's the same pattern all over the world. Millions of this sort of people, they are zombies. Millions of these people, the same behavioral pattern, the same. How is that possible? And you tell me it's clinical? It's not. When two people with different diagnoses cannot have the exact same behavioral pattern, it's not possible. This one, it's the same thing. Look it up all over the world, and you tell me that's clinical? It's not. Now, I said in my last video how this dates back into generations, but let me break it down bit by bit, because I would also advise that people look up the behavioral patterns, because I can't cover everything, but what I can cover, I really want to go deep and explain what it's really about, not so much the things they do. Do you understand? The things they do is something you can see on the internet anyway, but I want to dig deep as to what actually brings it about. Now, two things. You can be somebody that has people with very, very high narcissistic traits in your life, not full-blown narcissist. If you do, you probably have in your lineage or whatever, you probably have people that maybe belong to the justice system. You probably have people that are like activists. You probably have people that do good, people that help other people, if that makes sense. Do you understand? On the good side. So people that help other people that do good and things like that, do you understand? You probably have that in your ancestral line. Now, these people may have outed bad people, maybe to the justice system, to the police or whatever. They may have conquered quite a few bad people during their journeys. Am I making sense? Okay, so they may have done that. Somehow, the devil doesn't let these things go. On to the fourth generation, right? Sometimes, like I said, it goes back into lineage. So they might have conquered a lot of bad people in their time, and then it's manifesting in your life as people with very high narcissistic traits. So these people who constantly do bad stuff to you, do you understand? They may not be full-blown narcissists. These are people with very high narcissistic traits, constantly telling lies, constantly, do you understand? There's just something all the time. Now, if you have full-blown narcissists in your life, somewhere along your ancestral line, you would have had people that are maybe prophets, maybe seers, maybe apostles, maybe pastors, maybe on the good side, that have conquered quite a lot of bad people. That's why it will manifest in your life as full-blown narcissist. Do you understand? Now, I said it in my last video, if you're able to survive one, because one narcissist is like equals to 50 people. It's the grace of God. And I'm not talking about 50 people looking at you, 50 people trying to come for your life. 50 people, reason being, you see that one person will round up everybody that knows you. They will go through your social media account. They will see all your friends' requests. They will contact everybody. They would do anything. Now, what happens is that the reason sometimes why they're able to round up so many people against you is because they're able to tell, I don't know if I should call it lies. I don't know if I should call it, they will fabricate such lies against you that normal people will be thinking it's not possible. Don't forget, these people were sweet to you once, and they've taken you to all these people. So all these people feel like, okay, whoever this person is in your life is a very good influence in your life because they're so sweet to you. They will pick you up from work, they will meet all your family members, so everybody thinks they're great. So when they come back around and they say, oh my God, I found out this person did this, I don't even know what to do, they will make up such lies that normal people will be thinking it's not possible for anybody in their right senses to make up this sort of lie. So they believe it. They believe it. The kind of lies they make up, the human mind can't fathom it. Because it's not the human mind. It's not. These people are they're like clones, they're like zombies. It's like almost an involuntary act that they have to do these things. Like I said, you're a target. I mean, if you watch my last video at the explain all that, if you have them in your life, it's an attack. It's like an attack in human form. That's how it is. I was saying in my last video, like, if you have a narcissist in your life, it's as good as somebody has paid like a hired assassin or an eye killer to sit down with you, to befriend you, do you understand? To maybe date you, to maybe in your family, maybe even at your job, whatever it is. You are literally living with a hired assassin against you. Problem is, they are not holding guns and knives and everything. They are not. They use tactics and manipulation. Do you understand? They are there to destroy everything that is you. Your reputation, your life, your job, your friends, your family. They want you to isolate yourself. Once you've been isolated from everybody, you will either take your own life. That's the whole point. It dates back into generations. So people tend to believe that because everybody is thinking it's not possible. And then once you figure them out, don't get me wrong, the moment they start to meet people, they're already going behind your back to tell them stuff about you anyway. Lies. They're already saying to them, are you sure? They will convince people you are crazy so that nobody will ever listen to you. Don't forget, in people's minds, this person is a great person. This person is an upstanding. Now, I've hardly seen a broken narcissist because the devil takes care of his own. Do you understand? So usually they are in positions of power over you anyway. Do you understand? They are always in positions of power over you. Whatever power, maybe connections, maybe money, maybe whatever it is, they have some sort of power over you. Oh, do you understand? It's the way it works. So, as soon as they've met these people, if they go to come to your job, oh, I came to see you, I came to pick you up, they're already calling your job to file false reports on you anyway. They are already doing that, so forget it. So they're doing all these things behind your back. They're already going to the people they've met to tell them stuff about you. Do you understand? They are already cooking up stories about you, and you don't know. What you would notice is after a while, people start to drop off. You call this person, they don't pick up your calls anymore. You call that person, they're not picking up your calls. You're wondering what is going on, and they're there. They're sitting next to you, and they're saying, oh, don't worry about them. Oh my God. Don't worry about them. They don't like you. They're jealous of you. I'm right here. Don't worry. You have me as a friend too. You don't need those people. You know what? We have each other. Don't worry about it. And you're thinking, oh, that's because they're not done destroying you. When they feel like they've succeeded, then they ghost you. Then they ghost you. That ghosting is not, it doesn't stop there. Believe you me. I once had somebody that had rounded everybody else against me, trying to take me to a psychiatric home. Told everybody I was crazy. Told everybody. Before then, had been saying all sorts of things behind my back. I had no idea. Do you understand? Told everybody I was crazy. Told people all sorts. In my last video, I said, surviving one narcissist is the grace of God. I have been dealing with this my entire life. Initially, I mean, it was like I wasn't taking it seriously. Then I realized, do you understand? Like I said in my last video, the great life I thought I had, I realized it was all a facade. There was nothing there. Do you understand? Because think about it. If I've been dealing with narcissists, I said one narcissist is like 50 people. So if it's something I've been dealing with all my life, how do you tell the real from the fake? It has gotten to a point where, do you understand? So people, I mean, I was going through life wondering, where are these lies coming from? I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not. Nobody is. Do you understand? I'm working on those things. I had my bad behaviors, even on those. Do you understand? I'm human, for crying out loud. The lies. There is a lady I know. She's been lying on me since I was 15 years old. I'm 41. Do you know how many years that is? This thing is not normal. I'm not talking about small lies. I'm talking about heavy, disgusting, crazy, unfathomable lies. She's been lying on me since I was 15 years old. Every time I get into a relationship, I don't know how she gets the numbers. She goes to look for it. Every time I have a new friend. So people were dropping off for no reason. Luckily, I had one person not even say it to me, say it to another person that, oh, this person called me and said all this. And I'm like, this is somebody that I know for a fact that maybe the last time I saw this person was maybe 12 years ago. Just briefly. How this person knows blow to blow, who I talk to, who I date, what is going on, what lies. They go into my Instagram page, look for my friends request, anybody that likes my post, anybody that talks to me, anybody that they contact them, they tell them, oh, this person, oh, the government is looking for them, they stole government money. This is happening to them, they did it, they're a bad person, don't talk to them, don't do this, they're evil, they're a witch, they're a cow, they're I was losing work, businesses, losing money, losing friends, losing relationships. People would just get up, disappear. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even realize what I was going through. I had no idea. Now, this lady is just one of the many. She's still telling lies till today. I don't even know what she's saying. This lady sends men into my life. Oh, she's a hoe. Just go there. Blah, 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 blah. How do they manipulate? How is it possible that a grown man, a lady will send you into another woman's life to go and destroy her life and you get up and do it? How? She sends men into my life. So when I meet somebody, imagine you're meeting somebody and you think you're just meeting somebody without realizing people are being sent into your life. That's one of the many. It got to a point I had to shut out everything and start praying. I had to shut it out. Let me explain to you properly. If you go back into the Bible, right? And today I'm not being mindful. I am talking. Normally I'm always quite mindful when I talk about the religious thing because it doesn't matter who you are, and that's why I'm mindful of saying, oh, just talking about the Christian religion or just talking about this religion, talking about that religion, because it's not about that. It's not even supposed to be about religion. It's just, you cannot separate the two. It's the same thing. You can't separate the two, except you look at narcissism as something clinical. It's not clinical. You can't separate the two. But it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Christian or you're Muslim or you're whatever it is, or you worship cats and rats and bats. It can happen to anybody, and that's why I'm always very mindful of religion. Besides, I'm Medina. My lineage dates back to Islam, so I have to be respectful of that. I may be Christian, but my background is Islam. I'm from, do you understand? But I grew up Christian. I mean, my home was liberal enough for that. But what I'm saying is, I'm very mindful, I'm very mindful. I don't want to sit here and just about, oh, my religion, when I also know that in my family, do you understand? And I have to respect that. So I'm usually very mindful. But today, I want to speak freely. I am Christian. I'm speaking about it freely. Do you understand? So I'm usually very mindful. But today, just allow me. If you go into the Bible, right? Look at the story of Haman. When people look at the book of Esther, people talk about the fancy part of it. Oh, Queen Esther became queen and it was all fancy. People miss the point. People miss the part of the story that emphasizes on narcissism, which is Haman and Mordecai. Now, when I said Narcissism dates back into generations. You can't call that clinical. It dates back into generations. Mordecai is a Jew. However, his name is not Jewish. His name is like a Babylonian name. It's Marduk. Marduk is like a Babylonian false god, like a small god, right? So his name is Marduk. That's what it means. It's like a warrior for the false god. Do you understand? Now, how did he get that name? Because Mordecai is like a full Jew, right? So he got that name from when Nebuchadnezzar, when they kidnapped the Jews and took them to Babylon. So they wanted to absorb them into their system so that it's not like some people have Jewish names or whatever. So they gave them Babylonian names, hence the Mordecai. Do you understand? Now, Haman is an Agagite. Do you understand? He's a descendant of King Agag. There used to be King Agag, an Amalekite. He's the king of the Amalekites. If you remember back, what's it called? The story of David, King Saul. God instructed King Saul to wipe out the Amalekites. Why? Because they were like idol worshippers. They were burning babies and sacrificing children and doing also, they were evil. Do you understand? So God said to King Saul, wipe them out, but he disobeyed. And that's why God took the kingship away from him. Does that make sense? So God took the kingship away from him. And, so God told him wipe out the Amalekites, but he didn't. That was 700,000 years before. He didn't wipe them all out. He kept some things. He kept some. Do you understand? Now, that disobedience came back to affect the Jews in future, 700,000 years later. Haman is a descendant of Amalekite. Do you understand? The Jews, they wiped out the Amalekites, but they left some things. Haman is a descendant of that. Am I making sense now? Now you can understand his deep-seated hatred for the Jews, because they wiped out his generation. Do you understand? It dates back into generations. Narcissism is not something you play with. You don't joke with it. You have to pray. Haman, narcissist. Now, when the king promoted Haman, and do you understand, he wanted all the men in the palace to worship him. The reason why he hated Mordecai so much was because Mordecai refused to acknowledge him. That is one of the biggest things with narcissists. A narcissist will destroy your life for not worshiping them, for not acknowledging them. They hate that stuff. Do you understand? They don't mind you being a religious person or going to your church, as long as they are your God. You can do whatever you want, but they have to be your God. They have to control the narrative of your life. The moment they don't do that, they will destroy. They are there to destroy you anyway, do you understand? But in the process, they want you to be their puppets. They want to be able to control you. Move. Then you say how high. Jump. Oh, do you understand? That's what they want. They want you to be a puppet. Keep quiet. Shut up. Take my abuse. They don't even understand why you're not taking the abuse. Like, why would you move away? I want to slap you. Why would you move away and not let me hit you? That's the attitude. So, it was almost like Mordecai. For Jews, they're not supposed to bow down to idols, right? Mordecai, Haman wanted to be an idol because he wanted to be worshipped. And Mordecai refused. Haman did not just want to destroy Mordecai. He wanted to destroy the Jews. How angry? That's what you call a narcissistic rage. When they're angry with you, they don't come after just you. They try to come after your family. It is deep. It is deep. What did Haman do? He went to the king and he lied. That's what they do. He went to the king. See, for the king, he's just none the wiser. That's why sometimes I tend not to blame people when they do certain things. You understand? Because you have to understand what you're really dealing with. Do you understand? So he went to the king, lied. And the king in his mind is thinking, why would he even lie about that? Why would he lie that there are some people that, do you understand, that want to blaspheme God, blaspheme the king, blaspheme, you know what, whatever you want to do with them, do it. Then what did he do? He sent out letters to every province, every city. He started to round up people. Wherever you see the Jews, kill them. That's what they do. They round up everybody against you. Everybody. And people will believe them because in their mind, why would anybody lie about something so great? They will file false police reports on you. I had that done to me. I even went to the station, right? Even the policeman didn't believe me. Oh my God. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. They will put out false reports on you. They will go to a psychiatric hospital and tell them that there's a patient. So they will set up instances and situations in your life to frustrate you so that you lose it. And then they'll tell everybody, okay, you see, that's exactly what I said. See, you're not working. You're not. One person is not against you and a narcissist is against you. You have a whole community against you because they will round up everybody. What did Mordecai tell the Jews to do? Fast and pray. It's the only answer. It's the only way. Until you do that, I used to run around and complain. This person did this, this person. The people I'm complaining to, it was a nightmare. Now people call me and say, oh, you don't come out, you don't talk to people, you don't do this. Oh, are you depressed? See, that's the falseness of social media. I have never had more sanity in my life. I have never been more at peace. Because what I do now, I've just left it all to God. You will not believe that. I started this channel about, 2020? Every week I put out a video. They come after me. I had to leave my home. My car drove right into the ditch because they had people taking out, messing with my car, messing with my brakes every week to stop me from doing this. But here's the thing. That stubbornness that my mother used to spank me over is finally paying off because I'm not going to stop. I'm really just getting started. Mess with my work. They want to take everything away from you. Fine. You want to take my job? Take it. You want to take my money? Take it. You want to take my friends? Take it. You want to take everything? Take it. Take it. If I have to write what I have to say down on a piece of paper, I'll post it. I will do it. I will do it because I have to speak about it. So many people, like I said, not everybody experiences this. But for the few people experiencing it, they need to know what is going on in their lives. I was unsuspecting my entire life, going through bouts and bouts. They keep false accusations, lies, all sorts. You know, I think for me, what used to bother me so much was, how is it that all the people they're saying stuff to, nobody has thought, why don't we go and find out? So, I don't know, it used to bother me. Like, nobody's, anyway. So obviously there's got to be more to it, right? There's got to be more to it. Like, if hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people and nobody is saying, okay, let me just find out. Do you understand? Because there's always two sides to every story. Let me find out from this person. There has to be some sort of manipulation to it. Magic, whatever it is they do. There has to be. It's not possible. It's not possible. How good a liar can somebody be that you're able to convince hundreds and thousands and that, or whatever it's people? Do you understand? And everybody, nobody's saying, let me, come on. It doesn't make any sense. What's funny about when you start to pray, it gives you a sort of confidence and reassurance that it's being taken care of. So all you have to do is be careful. I'm not kidding. This thing is deeper than you think. Let me give you an example, right? I think it was quite recent anyway. There was a group of people seated around and everything. And then there was this guy. Luckily, I knew, I was quite aware of that situation. So there was this guy that was talking about a lady. Everything that came out of his mouth was a lie. Every single thing. Now, luckily, other people there knew he was lying. Because the other people there were quite aware of the situation as well. But you see, this guy kept telling lie after lie after lie after. You know what? One thing I started doing lately is I've never really seen them in action, right? I've never seen, because usually they do everything behind your back. You won't even know. You'll be in the dark completely. Half the time you don't even know what's being said about you. So the police is looking for you. You don't know. They're trying to set you up to be raped, murdered, whatever. You don't know. They have spoken to everybody, and your job, you just get to work and you see that they'll just come up with some flimsy excuse why they need to let you go. You don't know. It's crazy. Crazy. So this guy, lie after lie after lie, and I started to look at him. You see, I have a gift of having a full-blown conversation with somebody and not hear a word you said. I have that gift. I will respond to you. I will smile at the right time, not at the right time. I haven't heard a word you said. Do you understand? So I've been able to do that for a very long time. Anyway, once I hear, luckily, as I've started to pray more, like once I hear people lying to me, it's like I don't want anybody to corrupt my mental, so I don't listen to lies. Do you understand? Once that bell goes off in my head, like this is a lie, I switch out. I don't hear anything else you're saying. I don't want to listen to demons. I don't listen to lies. So the moment he started talking, I just switched out. I knew he was lying, but I started to study him. And as I looked at him, I could tell it wasn't him. I don't know how to explain it. As he was talking and trying to convince everybody that he was telling the truth, right? His eyes were bulging. He was sweating profusely. Do you understand? Because you see, these things, we take it on. We don't study these things. I've made it a point of, do you understand? A point of duty to actually understand what this thing is. So I started to study him. I was studying his movement. He was sweating. His eyes were bulging. And he was just talking. And I realized that he wasn't able to convince people. But it looked like whatever spirit of false accusation that was in him needed that validation. That thing was going to destroy him if he didn't convince anybody. And he was sweating. He was covered. He was shaking. He was shouting and convincing. All lies. So in my mind, I was thinking, now, if I didn't know this person, how on earth would I have thought a grown man? I'm not talking about a child. I'm talking about somebody like in their mid. Do you understand? A grown man lying. He wasn't talking about a man. He was talking about a woman lying. Just spewing out one after the other, and trying to convince everybody. And I could bet with you that as soon as this guy got into his car, he would think to himself, what did I just do? It wasn't him. He was losing it, trying to convince everybody. And I was like, oh my God. His eyes were, you could see that spirit of false accusation, just spewing out lies. These people are dead inside. They are clones. They've been taken over. I didn't want to discuss these things on my channel before, but you know what? They have done everything else. So for whoever it is that watches my channel and sends stuff after me, I'm just getting started. I hope you haven't run out of resources. The devil doesn't run out of resources anyway, so I'm just getting started. So get ready. You want to take my phone? Take it away. Take everything. As long as God has not given my life into your hand, if I have to use a torchlight to do these videos, I will. My stubbornness is finally paying off, right? Take it all. When you have God, you have everything. So people wonder how I just went into my own world. I'm talking about this, and I have to. This has been too much. How many people do you want to go and explain to that you are not on the government most wanted list? There was nothing these people didn't say. Till today, they're still doing it. For a lady that's been lying on me since 15 years old, do you think that's normal? 20-something years of lies. I don't even see this person. I don't know what is going on with them. I don't know where they live. I don't know who they talk to. I don't know anything. Somehow, they will sit down and give you blow to blow about my life. 99.9% of it lies. But people believe them for whatever reason. How? I don't know. People sending people after me. Oh, this person coming out, all sorts. And innocently, I would think, oh, I met a friend. Oh, I met this person. Oh, nah. They were sent. So now people think, I've had people ask, oh, what's going on with you? You don't come out, because I'm usually a social person, but I'm just as much as an introvert. And that's what they didn't know. They thought they were isolating me. I love the isolation. At the time, I needed the isolation. I love it. I don't get bored with myself. I'm just trying to put it out there. The video is not well put together, I know. Hopefully, whoever needs this message will find it. And at the right time. At the right time. It's not something to play with. You have to pray. I just said, how do you lie on somebody without seeing that person for 20 something years, and you think that's normal? Of course not. Of course not. So, hopefully, as time goes on, I'll be able to put, but sometimes I just feel like, speak from the heart. Speak from the heart, and that's what I'm doing. So, I'll be talking about the covert narcissist at a later date and be explaining it. So gradually, I'll be able to break it down now. So people know what they have in their lives. You might not have full-blown narcissists. You might have people with very high narcissistic traits. They are toxic. Anyhow you want to look at it, you can help them. You can be nice to them. You can do everything. Give them your life. They are there to take your life. They, no matter what you do, they will follow you. See, let me do you one better. If you leave Europe, then you go to Africa, and you say, oh, because of what I went through there, let me change location. It doesn't change. As long as whoever you're going to stay with is the people you're going to meet there, they must be very prayerful, very high vibrational people. Because you know what's going to happen? What will happen is, if for any reason you are around any low vibrational person, that person that you left in Europe, let me rephrase. If you're around the low vibrational people, whatever it is you think you left behind will start again. That person will continue from where you left off. They body jump. It's called body jumping. It's not clinical. It's not. Leave wherever you are and go on to another place again. As long as there's a low vibrational person around you, they will pick up whatever it is and continue doing it towards you. It doesn't stop. So what do? You stay wherever you are and you pray and you fight it. You have to. You cannot just pray and then go back to your normal life. You will have to stay high vibrational, because they don't stop. In their heads, they have to take your life. They have to destroy you. They have to destroy anything to do with you, your name, your reputation, your life, everything is how they feel, and they must achieve it. So it doesn't matter where you go. Change locations. It doesn't matter. You get another job there. Within that job, whoever is low vibrational there will take you out of that job, will tell lies on you, will say stuff to you, will report you, will do this, will do that behind your back. Find a way to get you deported. Is that normal? I don't know. Is that normal? It's not. Location doesn't stop anything. They're there. I haven't been in one location my entire life. They were there waiting for me. If I tell you what I went through in other locations, you won't even believe it. So I'm staying and I'm fighting. The only way to fight is to pray and be high vibrational. And you have to be very, very careful who comes into your life. they have to be prayerful. They have to be high vibrational. Otherwise, they will continue from where you left off, where the last person left off. It doesn't end. It's a lifelong thing. Like I said, it dates back into generations. So, if you're experiencing any of this, pray. Pray. Hopefully, God will be able to send you 1 or 2 people that are real, or at least really enough for you to cope. Whatever you do, remember my new slogan: God first in everything you do. If you fall under this category, God first. God first in everything you lay your hands on. God first. Have a beautiful week. I love you all. Namaste. Peace.